if they already were 2-0 versus them, let's see if they just continue the streak.
Yeah, and I think for me, from what I've seen from Saigon Buffalo, they really like their comfort picks. Tristana, a great example of one of those things. The Volibear for BJ would be the other one, where these players are solid on most champions, but very good on a set number of comfort picks, Tristana being one of them.
Come on, the Tristana was my biggest hope for this game. I was like, you know what I remember? The first game they played, locking in Tristana Nautilus, going for the 2v2 kills and getting it, and just immediately here, T1 with the nope card, banned out. No fun to be had here.
Nope. And this is going to be tough, too, because now the crowd out in full force. You know this is going to be a T1 favorite. If you think anything other than a T1 favorite crowd in this game, you are absolutely trolling. So on the side of T1, they're banning away comfort picks. They're banning away picks that have been successful for the VCS, for Saigon Buffalo, whereas Saigon Buffalo just have to kind of ban away the meta standards, the Lucian, the Wukong. They get maybe an Ahri ban, maybe a LeBlanc ban, depending on what they really want to take away here. But the draft in terms of meta power is going to be wide open, while simultaneously being a lot of the comfort picks for Saigon Buffalo taken off the board. And there's the Volibear, too. They're just target banning this team into oblivion.
They surely are. And I mean, that's what he was talking about in his interview there. He's like, well, we have now even a better idea of this team, and their comfort picks right off the table. Scratch that. They killed us with Tristana. No more Tristana. Volibear, always first pick for them, for BJ. All right, no more Volibear. No more Galio for your supportive mid laner to build up for the rest of your team, though, to have either side carry either. So very good stuff here from T1 coaching staff with the target bans. Meanwhile, on the side of the Buffalo, they throw in the Faker Zoe ban as well. Kind of a universal pick after the recent buffs.
Yeah.
It's not like this super high priority, but can be picked into so many of the common mid lane picks that they're kind of targeting and taking him out there. It's really hard to target Faker though, because he's been playing 10 years professionally and
he's
plays every champion.
He's also Faker. If we just go out, 10 years aside. Even in the first couple years of Faker, it was hard to ban Faker out.
Faker was also one of the earliest adopters and believers in Ahri. So to be able to grab that one, I think they're pretty happy. Ooh, we get an Akali pick up here from the Buffalo. Already a little excited.
I like this. I like the spicy picks. We'll see where the Akali ends up.
Ooh, I want a cooler counter pick to Kalista on bottom side. Mentioned the Vex possibility if you want to be an AP champion. That one is probably the least likely. That's like 0.02% or whatever.
An order of spiciness. Poppy, not that spicy, but cool. She can't jump.
Okay.
Talia, turbo spicy, also bad. I'm just saying, putting it out there. Just
yes, yes, and the Ezreal is locked in. So.
Oh, okay, never mind. There we go. All right, so already we have two very powerful, very versatile champions on the side of T1. We don't really have any information on how their comp is going to function yet. These are not very strong champions with super duper strong identities, whereas Kalista, early game, objective control. Akali, level 6, big playmaking. It feels like a lot of what Saigon Buffalo want to do has been revealed.
Again for owner. I love it. Vi was one of my favorite champions because I love the feeling of punching. The E resets really do give you like almost a tactile punch feel.
Yeah.
It was picked. Like he wasn't a huge part of that game, but it is good for locking down mobile. Like Kalista, point and click, boom, there you go. Decent versus Akali as well. When you have these melee dive champions, you're always going to be in range to get one of those. So, is a decent pick. Also plays on our arcane Piltover theme.
There we go.
Carry over from last game.
Ooh, we'll see if we get a Hex Tag Rift to back it up. Oh, they're not a fan. Saigon Buffalo, instant Jace ban. Not interested in the arcane.
The arcane synergies, delete them.
Gone. That said, Rakan also going to hit the bench. Makes a lot of sense. Don't want more mobile, versatile champions that are going to kind of outmaneuver some of the engage.
Kalista, right? This is one of the most fun combinations with Kalista for sure. So many engage options.
Jump in, jump out, jump in again. A lot of flexibility. See what the option is going to be to round out the T1 bottom lane here. That's what I'm still waiting for. That's where I'm hoping we see the spice into the Kalista. But for now, again, the Vi can be aggressive early game. Obviously, level 6, still pretty powerful. I've just gotten used to seeing her gank a lot.
You see Kalista, you are Kalista. There you go. You lock her in place. She's trying to hop around, punch her in the face, and then no longer can she hop.
Ah, you meant the letter R? I thought that was a greater philosophical statement about, like, you see Kalista, you become Kalista. And I was like, well, what the heck are you talking about?
That's some weird Matrix shit right there. Okay. No, but Vi is just, you press R on someone, and then all your skill shots from your teammates will land. So Ezreal and Ahri get increased effectiveness.
Love it. Yumi also going to be banned away, so just really trying to take all the safe options out of the bottom side here. Wonder how they are going to back it up here. Could go for a range support, but aggressive bottom side for Shogun and Taki. That's what you want to see, because if there's anywhere where this team is going to be explosive where they can build a lead, it is the bot lane. Shogun has been a powerhouse on the bottom side.
Taki does not miss. Taki definitely one of the Nautilus that have set up a lot of really strong plays for his team. So happy to see him back on the Nautilus. Ming, great performance in our previous game on the Nautilus, showing the defensive capabilities, what timing does for you.
Ooh, Gwen.
And our most picked top laner of the tournament. It's not locked in yet. Okay.
GP also nice.
Very good too versus Kalista. Gangplank ultimate, so effective versus Kalista.
AD carries in general,
Slowing
if they
her
don't
down.
have a reliable Blink-esque dash, Ezreal Lucian, for example, super, super powerful. But instead, the Gwen has now been locked in. Curious if it is. I'm still wondering if we're going to see the top lane Akali here.
Yeah, I mean, well, Akali pretty good into Gwen as well, is one of the answers already, and so they already had it picked. They're like, Zeus is not scared, though. We'll take the matchup.
And I love this Braum pick. Is this lane exciting? No, absolutely not. Does it make it impossible for anyone to get anything done in Team 1's backline on the side of Saigon Buffalo? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
the amount of stunts this Braum's going to get is going to be nuts.
Kalista's such short range, and you've already got 2 divers on your team with Nautilus, or 3 even, Nautilus, Nocturne, and Akali. So Braum will get amazing effectiveness later on in the team fights. The T1 comp here is set up with so much denial later on for what Buffalo want to do with this team comp that it has to be some heroics, some star plays early on here. I feel like from the Buffalo to really get a pick. The last pick, Kennen here, comes in though, and they do swap the Akali over to the mid lane. So they are going to have the extra lightning to bring to those team fights, the extra AoE.
Trying to set down Zeus with the Kennen. It's a bold strategy.
Yeah, pick the Kennen against him.
But hey, if it works out, we can see. I'm curious. I assume he's going to go for the absolute full AP, full damage build. We did see some interesting adaptations from Zeus himself in terms of the more laning-focused build with things like the Cosmic Drive and the Rift Maker.
I will say it's pretty hard to play a Kennen well into a team that has Braum. Like if the Braum is good at marking you, and usually that'll be the main job, just find the Kennen. You look at him, you find his flank scenario, where's he's trying to come from. The Qs, the ultimate come out. It makes it difficult for the Kennen to get actually in there for a good ult.
I think it's going to be tough. It was already tough. Now we're in a position where Saigon Buffalo really have to execute to make this draft work.
Let's go!
It's not as simple as sitting back and scaling, but frankly, would we have wanted that? No. No is the answer. We want fist fights, and this draft will certainly give them to us.
Kalista Nautilus bottom lane. Let's see some aggressive plays down there early and often.
5-man, level 1 bot side, fight for brush control.
Love it.
Give it to me.
I mean, Braum Ezreal is one of the hardest lanes in the entire game to gank, though, so you got your work cut out for you. Definitely a difficult one. They're so defensive. I mean, Gumayushi and Keria definitely learned their lesson from the first time around with the Buffalo.
Yep.
They've got so many outs on the bottom side. It's an Ezreal bomb also with heal exhaust, so.
And I think it's a really logical development of your strategy against VCS generally, and especially certainly Saigon Buffalo. They're super aggressive. They do super well in volatile situations. So just slow it down. Don't give them crazy opportunities. You talked about in draft. Yes, just deny. Do not give them these huge windows. That said, they will find crazy. Oh, I thought that Nocturne was going to sit in the bush. I was so ready for them to do something really wacky, but no, keep it tame. Just a bit of vision just to make sure that there's not a Gwen waiting in the brush, to make sure that Hosmed can get lane priority, leverage his range advantage without a Gwen just eeing onto him level 1.
And because it is the Kennen matchup too, I always like going for the Ghost teleport with the Gwen, but doesn't want to go with the Ignite. Does go with the mobility option. You can use it both ways, so going to be a bit safer there as well for Zeus. Meanwhile, red buff starts for both. B&J here on Nocturne, almost always going to look for full clears towards the bottom side of the map. Nocturne trying to get on a smooth pathway towards your level 6. Similar here for Owner on Vi, though. Doesn't really have the possibilities of making the visit up towards top lane early on. Mid lane should be Faker fully controlling it. Akali early on.
Ooh, clean hook from Taki.
Okay,
Already taking a decent amount of damage. The Braum concussive blows is so strong in early trades, but it might not matter. The heal is it going to be enough? Yes, Guma just barely holding on to his life. That is the aggression from the Buffalo bottom lane we wanted to see.
Yes, give me blood. There have been 3 T1 summoner spells blown, only 2 from the side of the Buffalo. Let's see if the action will continue. You start to work off those summoner spells, even though it is Ezreal Braum, one of the most defensive lanes, hardest to gank in the game. That's still the direction that the Buffalo want to go. You know, they want to try and play off of this Kalista Nautilus bottom lane, see if they can get the action. Starting to build up. Of course, Froggy, this is actually very apt because I always refer to Akali as sort of a tadpole champion. You're not you grow up into the frog once you're level 6 and you can actually jump in. He's fully embracing it. You don't get to do a lot in the early levels.
I like how you just made this man's actual in-game name a frog meme. But Froggy might be stuck at tadpole for a little bit longer. As he's doing what he can to clear out this wave, but Faker, as expected early on, is just dominating in this matchup, really just waiting for level 6.
Yeah, and that is more brutal than usual. Now he actually has to worry about, because Vi, even though owner's not going to do it, you don't know that he's not going to come for an early dive. And that's why you see some of the Buffalo are starting to come around like, hey, you need to watch now, because Akali just took a big chunk. So Taki heads up, trying to look around in case Vi started the opposite way for jungle. Oh my god. This would have been such a juicy dive if owner had come. Vi with flash, like you can definitely force at least flash out of Froggy, maybe go for some more punishment, but Faker doing work early on just with the ignite there. Forces Froggy back, gonna deny him. He's still trying to wait around under turret here. Does have the Doran shield to rely on for defenses.
Has enough health here that Faker lands a few more auto attacks. Suddenly you very much are in one-shot range. That said, BJ on the way down. Hook going wide. Instantly the gank is called off. Taki can't quite nail that one. Carrier has to be careful here, though.
Yeah, they also had a ward here on Nocturne, so Carrier's going to stop him. Oh, not quite. Very frustrating, though, because we talk about the power curve for Nocturne. You want to keep on your second camp respawn. So if Carrier had gotten that stop, you see this Krugs that's just about to respawn there. It's very frustrating for Nocturne. If the support goes, interrupts you at Tri-Brush, delays you from getting back to your second clear, so your delays the level 6, would have been huge. That's why T1, even with Nocturne coming around and the possibilities of that play, they still stay up in lane. They had full vision of it. They had a ward on Nocturne. They knew Nocturne was there in the Tri-Brush, and they wanted to waste his time.
Yeah. And this, again, that safety in the bottom lane. Yes, level 1 before Ezreal has the E. Things are a little bit easier before Braum has to stand beside me. But now, obviously, we're at that point where the lane is not totally ungankable, but definitely difficult to pull off. Froggy could be in trouble here. Owner just going to threaten. Ward in the brush, though, is pretty big. Canceling Guma's back. Unbreakable does come out. That's going to be Taki's. No way he lives out of this one. But no, instantly they're trying to turn it back onto Guma. Usually the Ignite down, taking down the shield, coming back up just in time. And they manage to get first blood over to Shogun. Carrier has to run, and the spears are stacking. Waiting, building it up. He's been slowed. He has to flash out to safety. The Ren comes out, but it's not quite enough to finish the job.
All right, the Buffalo bottom lane again get first blood on Gumayushi. Let's see topside. BJ going to go for a gank as well. Zeus has Ghost.
Going in, Gwen immune for a brief moment, dashing away, Fear landing, not quite able to get the stun. Now Owner going in for Shogun, but Shogun just moving his way around that one. By level 6, yes, very easy to lock down the Kalista. Before that, if the Q's not hit, you are not finding any kills.
I don't care what happens in this game, but Shogun and Taki getting more kills on Gumayushi and Carrier just over and over again. Love to see it. Coming Vietnam finally back on the international stage. And the second seed at that, with plays like this and really winning some ego battles at the very least over T1 is really heartening to see.
It's big, and the fact that you can make this happen, again, the individual prowess of players from the VCS, something that's always good to see. Especially the aggression paired with it as well. We'll see if that changes now in the mid lane as level 6 has come through for Akali. But we look back at this one, it looks grim at first as Taki starts to get bursted down.
And they want to go on it. You see Guma goes for the kill onto Taki, but they have the heal and they have the shield there for the last little bits. So it delays it enough. Shogun's able to get the first blood for the extra money, and they get the extra summoner spell out as well.
Alrighty. Keeping the pressure up. Serrated Jerk as well coming through. So just really trying to capitalize, really just trying to push the advantage that they do have on the bottom side even more in the early game. BJ's going to move up. Totally spotted to take down this Drake. But they've got enough pressure here. Already Faker backing. Owner on the top side. Easy Drake here. No real chance for T1 to contest.
This is what you want out of the Kalista Nautilus bottom lane. Going very aggressive early, getting the dragon stacking going. Even though the counter kill did go through to T1, of course it went into the hands of Keria. So obviously the money, so much better spent here for Kalista, trying to push this ahead, investing it in the serrated dirt. Cole has been chipping away this entire time too, because the on hits is pretty much equivalent, if not even better, than lifesteal at a lot of these early stages. And we'll get the cash out later as well. Doesn't really care about the extra health there, because most of the all-in attempts are going for damage on Nautilus anyway. So really do like the purchases as well from him.
Yeah. And unless you're rushing for a very early item spike, if you have 400 gold when you back over 350, I feel like Cole is always a feels good buy, especially for Kalista, who obviously likes to trade really aggressively, but just generally, you're going to be fine stacking up into that. The first item power spike shield, though, is important. Hold that thought. Here comes the Nocturne. Gwen running for her life. She's immune, but not immune enough. Trying to dash away, but so much healing from the needlework. Zeus still standing.
Oh. Giving him a little bit extra at the end here, waiting for Vi.
Here we go, unstoppable, knocked up, knocked down. I think I saw this in a show somewhere.
Here comes Vi.
Owner now moving in, that's the stun. Zeus coming in as well, they just turned it on its head.
Oh my goodness, so perfect there. Really hand-fed, and now on bottom side they're gonna get another stun as well.
Stun hooking out, but not hooking far enough. Taki gonna go down very early. Shogun now has to run for his life, but Guma's already level 6. That's gonna be the stun coming in. So much damage, and just like that, T1 5-1 in kills. 2 on the top, 2 in the bot lane. Everybody's getting involved.
Yeah, Faker already had been smashing mid lane from the very early stages, so we'll count that one as well. All 3 lanes for T1 winning, plus they get the Rift Herald. All of a sudden, yeah, approach 9 minutes here, and T1 clap, clap, clap.
Ooh, Froggy going invisible, get hit by the charm anyway. Faker in this man's head. This is gonna be tough. I was optimistic. Shogun Taki, bam, they got that gold into Shogun's back pocket.
That's why we jump on the first blood as soon as it happens, you know, because it might be short-lived opportunities.
I see.
So, gotta get your juice while it's good. Meanwhile, topside. This is why it was important for the summoner spell saved first time around, the Ghost. You can see Zeus this whole time, he's saying, hey, come get him. I'm gonna do as much damage as possible. And then it was set up so perfectly as the Here Comes Vi line for Owner. There's no spell shield. There's no spell shield. No mana either.
Actually, wait, I don't know if I can sing that. I don't know if we fully own that one.
We're fine. Double kill there. Zeus even gets one of the credits as well. And then Taki has been primed as a kill target. So as soon as Keria hits that Q, they go for the all-in, chase him down. They know they can pick up Shogun here as well. Braum is a monster in these cases.
You get so used to seeing the Leonas and the Nautiluses and their absurd amount of instant upfront CC, you just forget how much value you can get out of a Braum. Osmed just trying to run. That's just a disengage ultimate there, but Zeus sticking around, and here comes one more time. Big punch. Big punch follow-up. There's nothing you can do. He's down.
Brutal stuff for the top side camp here from Owner. Up there over and over, and it's going to be well paid to Zeus here. Gwen, obviously the massive scaling champion, most picked champion at MSI, dominating this tournament, and this game is going to be no different. All the kills though going to Owner. I love to see that. Get a fed Vi. I was hoping for Trinity Force, but here's the counterplay.
And he's ready. Once that spell shield fades away, he goes in. BJ, challenging Smite. He's burning, he's ticking the minions. The range caster creeps the level up. He holds on for now. Froggy chasing for blood. They're all low on mana. Can he finish the job? Froggy dashing in. He misses on the second of the ult. BJ still stepping forward. He wants to keep him interested. That's one shot down, but Faker's here. Oh no, they've overstayed. They had a chance to turn, but they bit off more than they could chew, and it's a double for Faker himself.
A new challenger arrives here with Hosmed on the Kennen, but is that just going to be another target? Faker comes over for a possible type 2. Taki waiting in the wings, out of vision.
Moving in now, he's on vision. They've got a ward there. One stack custom blows. Doesn't look like they're going to overcommit for this one. And I will say, yes, T1 are pulling more and more ahead, but I love that Saigon Buffalo are always willing to take a fight.
Froggy roams up and gets the first kill there for Akali. Some money in the Akali. This is definitely one of the champions you can pull out solo kills with, so gives you some hope for later on some possible plays. But this on BJ here for Vi, able to go in, hits the Q, chases him out, levels up, so BJ's able to come back, and Froggy takes the time. Look at Owner with the flash here, preemptive, knowing that the R2 is coming from Akali, but it doesn't matter. Froggy still gets him with the passive auto, and then here comes Faker. He roams up to answer the roam. They took too long getting their kills, so it's a double for him.
Ooh. Oof. Kobe, that's all I have to say. Okay. It's a 4K gold lead. It's 12 minutes. Vi is terrifying.
The classic when you're playing against T1 here. Faker, by the way, 4 stacks on the Dark Seal. Been smashing lane this whole time and then picking up that double kill on bottom lane. Was the first to the Mythic and very much ready to use it. Also going to get fed that Herald, so this mid tower is gone.
Will Froggy go with it, however? His owner continues to step forward. Difficult position. The map getting smaller and smaller for Saigon Buffalo.
Look at the mini-map here. Gonna come through vision, but it is an attempt at a collapse from Buffalo. All 5 members heading mid.
Carrier might be in trouble here. He already used stand behind me. Is flashing out to safety. Hosmed off to the side. Has to be careful on this one, though. They're instantly going to try to collapse. They're going to try to lock them down. Faker caught out, but he's still dashing away. BJ moving in. He's got the extra speed coming in from the fear, but in the meantime, Zeus starting to tear through Saigon Buffalo. Kill now traded back. That's the knockup as he leaps in. He's trying to block any follow-up. Clean mechanical play, but there are just too many members of Saigon Buffalo. Well played in the exchange.
They attack from all sides. The Buffalo come down from top, come up from bottom lane, and you can see it on the minimap. Even with the vision there from T1, it's too late. They make the collapse. Saigon Buffalo have gotten something back for themselves. They're still so far behind in this game, but that team fight victory gets them Dragon number 2, and the glimmer of that hope of the Dragon stacking does remain. Gumyushi takes that time to push in on bottom side, but the Buffalo do have an option still now in this game.
And a 3-1 Akali. Not a bad thing to have either. Difficult to find a good target, but we can take a look back at this play, at this exchange.
Yeah, T1 all the way up mid lane. You see it coming from both sides. They think they're going to collapse onto Hosmed on the Kennen, but right into the ultimate here, gets stunned up. He gets a decent amount of damage even before he gets fully collapsed upon, and then even though the Kennen is dead, all 5 members of Buffalo are here, so they can clean up the rest of T1. Some heroics here. Gwen can do some crazy stuff, but it's usually later on into the game. Can't pull off the 2v4 quite yet. Even with Carrier buying some time, making some space for him there. So it does give the opportunity for Buffalo to pick up Dragon number 2. And look at that damage from Froggy. The Akali, the hope here, getting a lot of the early gold. Does have the burst damage.
No longer a tadpole.
No longer a tadpole is true Froggy.
Oh, man. He's holding on. He has to catch farm where he can. Of course, that's going to be the difficult thing here. It's just the general lack of wave clear from the Saigon Buffalo composition. Very easy for the Ezreal, the Ahri, to get the push in a lot of these lanes. For now, the gold lead still 4,000 in the favor of T1. Dragons, the out that you talked about. Maybe Saigon Buffalo can hold on. Cloud Drake, not bad to have for all the very ultimate reliant champions on the side of this team. See if it will be enough, or if they can even hold on to control of that pit, because it's only going to get harder as the game goes on and on. Hosmed could be in trouble here. Level 10. Would love to get another rank in the ultimate, but Carrier waiting in the shadows, hoping for the overpush here.
Zeus doesn't have ghosts, but is level 11 now.
Ooh, Alcove Gamer.
Beautiful.
Oh. Nice sidestep.
That was really cool, though. Really nice venture into the fog of war. Kennen, though, nice E. Able to dodge. And we'll have no confrontation in this case. Teleporting in, interesting, onto the force the tower kill here.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that one, but I respect the summoner's spellbook.
From Carrier, so doesn't really use any resources. Going to rotate through those summoner spells anyway, and had just made the attempt on bottom side. So
I don't know. I'm excited about Ghost Exhaust Braum. That feels frustrating to play against.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't talk about it at the beginning of the game, but also just the difference in defense on the bottom side. We saw it in those plays where he rushed Steel Caps and could just then run face first into the Callista Nautilus every time, chasing them down, getting his stuns up on both. And the difference in durability on both of them, you know, Taki had rushed the Merc Treads. is just so enormous at that point. Because yeah, you can reduce a little bit of tenacity with the Merc Treads, but the Braum just is not a viable kill target in that case. And then it's just a really big difference in kill targets. So yeah, that kind of led to the resurgence of Gumayusi Keria bottom side.
That and the level advantage, obviously, it's a very difficult fight when Shogun doesn't have level 6 to bail Taki out. So good that they found and capitalized on that window, both in terms of level advantage and item advantage in that context. Pushing in on the bottom side, though, is Faker. Owner backing him up, hovering, waiting in the shadows, expecting Saigon Buffalo to come contest this push, as it will be the last outer tower to fall. But T1 more than enough members, and that tower not enough health for them really to make a play out of this. Could be an all-out brawl on the bot side jungle, however. The Ghost is now coming out. Taki looks like he's been locked up. He's going to get taken down. He does not have Aftershock, but Froggy instantly going to get violed and instantly going to get locked up. He can't even play the game. And that's the power of the Vi right there. See hero, kill hero. The lockup is easy.
Yeah, nice pick from T1 to start it out. And they just switch targets as soon as the stopwatch comes out. Froggy is down. Froggy the Hope immediately. What can you do? No counterplay. What did I say? You see a Kali, you are a Kali.
You are a Kali. Oh, not a good time to be a Kali, most certainly. It's T1. Gonna break a tier 2 on top of that. Total control here. Similarly, pretty good Baron clear speed. Ezreal, Gwen, Vi, not bad whatsoever. May not go for the risk, however, as they can just continue to press their lead forward. Again, wave clear on the side of Saigon Buffalo is terrible. So if Baron ever does come through for tier 1, it feels like a death sentence.
Yeah. They gotta get to those waves early in preparation. 40 seconds left on the Dragon. Honestly, they're so far behind right now, even though you really want to try and play that dream of we get this miraculous win of a team fight and we can continue stacking towards Dragons. Your chances of winning a team fight at this stage are so incredibly low. Ezreal just, like he's very close to transforming. Muramana needs 60 more charges on it. He's got the Trinity Force. There's double items already for Faker. Has already had the safety of the Banshees. 6 stacks on his Dark Seal. It's very, very difficult at the moment. So I like this call for the Buffalo. Try and get a pick in advance of the Dragon.
Going in. Consistently trying to find a little bit here. Froggy just dashing out to safety. Going back under the tower. The movement is clean. Knockup doesn't quite connect on the way back. So the play will be fused. Just a bit of pressure on the top side. Not really enough of a wave here to do much without sacrificing a ton of health, but the wave coming in, they are going to break down that tier 1.
Still a good call, though, to go for that instead, because, yeah, as we say, you're not going to be able to walk into Dragon at this stage, and it's just a better call and read from Keria. Keria, once again, in the correct place at the correct time. This man playing defense for the team, stopping now Hosmed's recall as well, which does matter in the late game, allowing the rest of them to finish up that bottom tower and recall here without any extra pressure, taking away jungle camps at that. Keria stuffs the bottom or the top side play while the rest of the team gets Dragon, pushes in there as well. So T1 checking all the boxes, not allowing the Buffalo the opportunity to get back in. They said it in the interview. Zeus talked about, we've got a full read on the Buffalo now. We will remove any of the hiccups, any of the speed bumps. Tristana banned away, Volibear banned away as well, and they've been true to their word.
Hold that thought. Hosmed waiting. Kobe, do you know what you call a Kennen hiding in the fog of war?
I don't. What do you call it?
Call it a scare prize. Don't forget to grab your exclusive scare prize Prime Gaming emote so you can strut when you flash in and turn a fight around, and maybe Hosmed could flash this here. Yep, shameless. Hashtag sellout. I don't care. It's a sick emote. Go get it.
Damn, I thought you had a banger lined up. I thought I was going to be on the floor.
For Riot Games, that was a banger, Kobe.
Here we go.
Here we go. From the darkness, it's a scare prize, most certainly. Just getting absolutely deleted. The combo is there. Shogun still standing. They can clear this fight, but it's Zeus versus the World Faker on the backside as well. Zeus is so damn strong. He's just shred through the entire team. Oh my God, this Gwen is a monster.
And that's going to be Baron for T1. They lose Gumayusi in the process, but it is a price they will pay gladly. That's going to be Baron buff and the full ace. T1. Yeah, what do you call the Kennen winning in the brush? Well, it's a full ace for SKT. T1. Dang, that's the first time I did it. We're going to see when was going to be the time. The old SKT callback
Check your cards production. Who had 20-something minutes?
I made it for the full first day. Finally made its way out. There we go. Here's another look. Great look, though. The flank on the back here. Kennen gets everybody, even stuns Faker on the outside edge. But again, the lead at this moment is so big for T1, and the double stopwatches buy so much time.
Okay.
Keria then flashed Stand Behind Me out of it, so he doesn't actually die, and they only give up Gumayusi in the process. Beautiful stuff there from T1 with the team fighting.
And I gotta say, again, Keria, there's no damage there, but watch that man's performance again back in the team fight. Great stopwatch, great interrupt on some of the dashes in, good flash out to survive, put concussive blows on everybody he needed to.
Our support agenda going according to plan.
We are pushing the agenda. 1 and 20. He's honestly, it's not even hard. When Keria's in the game, pretty easy to sell people on supports.
This one is kind of a spoon-fed.
Yeah.
I mean, Ming as well in the previous game was making it easy for us. So here we go. T1 execution on this Baron play. 1 minute, 53 seconds left to do damage. How much can they actually lay waste to this Buffalo base? Honestly, I'm going to leave it at 2 inhibitors, but here goes the counterplay.
All right, they're trying to lock down Guma, but BJ is not threatening, so they will just murder him. They're going to murder everybody. That's it. T1.
Game.
They built the lead. They're going to run it home.
Game, set, match. T1 going to take it. And a 3rd game in a row where the Pool 1 seed delivers another loss to their group members. T1 over the Buffalo again. Beautiful reads from them.
Absolutely.
Beautiful analysis thus far in the execution there in game as well.
Love to see it. Sadly for Saigon Buffalo, 3rd loss of the tournament. Difficult situation to be in. T1 continuing to look like a threat. The top 3 remain the top 3. The bottom 3 remain the bottom 3. Battle for 4th. Staying as tight as ever. And man, T1 are scary. Zeus is scary. And Owner, I can't tell what is a real pick and what is a kind of like a fun for fun pick anymore. Maybe he's just like, man, buy really good, specifically into the VCS. And they're very aggressive tendencies. I don't know.
It's real pick. Stands for viable is actually what the name comes from. So.
Oh, wow.
No matter the meta.
Yeah. See, the show led me to believe that it might have been Violet, but it was a misunderstanding. If you check the birth certificate, real lore fanatics out there, it says viable.
Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to mislead you there.
Oh, yeah, I see you.
A little Easter egg. Honestly, though, and T1 here, happy to continue with their wins that they expect, because with G2 upsetting both T1 and RNG on day 1, this race that we are really honing in on of the 1st seed from Rumble stage, which means